Brother Marines, we have returned again on this day for an incredibly long article, which is probably going to take about 15 to 20 minutes to go through, so strap yourselves in, boys, we're in for some chop. Warhammer 40,000 Leviathan. What's in the box? Languages are in the box. You have multiple language choices. It's here, the moment you've been waiting for. It's time to open the lid on the jam-packed launch box for the new edition of Warhammer 40,000. Leviathan. As pictured here. Literally, as pictured here. There it is, Leviathan. Wow. Revealed at Warhammer Fest 2023. If you missed the live unboxing on Twitch, or just want to revel in it again, you can watch it here on Warhammer40000.com, or whatever this is, WarhammerCommunity.com. Otherwise, read on for all the juicy details. Let's read on. What's in the box? What's in the box? So, let's see. We've got this video here. Let's check this out. Wow, that was just amazing. You could see what was in the box. As the name suggests, Leviathan is an absolutely gigantic box, packed to the brim with miniatures, books, and more. And more, you say? When you lift the lid, you'll find stacks of sprues containing 2 armies full of gorgeous new miniatures. Beneath that, you'll find the massive Leviathan book. Wow! The chapter-approved Leviathan mission deck. Wow! And a construction booklet. Wow! That is like, technically, 2 books. An instruction booklet, as featured here. And what's in the box? 25 Space Marine miniatures, 47 Tyranid miniatures, exclusive Warhammer 40,000 Leviathan rulebook. Wow, wow, wow. Chapters approved. A Leviathan mission deck, and the Space Marine transfer sheet. Hashtag new, 40K, Warhammer40000what'sinthebox.com. The miniatures are divided into 25 elite, battle-hardened Space Marines asterisks, indicating something at the end of the article. The Imperium's ultimate defenders against innumerable horrors, and a seething swarm of 47 ravenous Tyranids that desire nothing more than to consume all the biomass in the galaxy. Let's take a closer look at each army. First, the Space Marines are the Emperor's Angels of Death. Ain't that right? Vengeful warriors who have sworn an oath to protect the beleaguered Imperium from all assailants. As the jaws of Hive Fleet Leviathan close on the galactic west, they've got their work cut out for them, and are deploying new units to combat the Tyranid threat. Hashtag new 40K. Here's the Chaos Terminator in Terminator Captain Armor. Captain in Terminator Armor got it on the second try. Wow, there he is. A storied and stalwart warrior protected by a sacred suit. Let's try that one again. Take 2. A storied and stalwart warrior, protected by a sacred suit of tactical dreadnought armor. This captain is a resilient commander who excels at leading Terminator strike forces deep into enemy lines. Hashtag new 40K. Librarian in Terminator armor. Wow, 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 wow. Librarians are the battle psychers of the Space Marines, smiting foes with bolts of witchfire and manipulating the Imperium to shield their allies. Encased in Terminator armor, he's one of the most durable psychers available to Space Marine forces. Wow. The Apothecary Biologus, hashtag new 40K, is understanding your enemy, and no matter how vile, the key to defeating them, he has it. It's right. Thanks to his mighty Gravis armor, the Apothecary Biologus can advance through withering enemy fire to take samples of enemy biomatter with his Vivispectrum, turning his foes' biology against them. lieutenant in Phobos armor, or lieutenant in Phobos armor, depending on your regional pronunciation of that particular rank. Wielding a combi weapon and 2 combat blades, the Phobos armored lieutenant and or lieutenant can infiltrate ahead of the main Space Marine force, sowing discord among his enemies and disrupting their battle lines. The Stern Guard Veteran Squad, renowned for their unerring proficiency with bolt weapons. Stern Guard veterans are fearsome combatants drawn from the chapter's first company and issued with special ammunition designed to combat the Tyranid threat. Terminator Squads. Terminators are the elite of the elite, veterans clad in hulking armor, wielding power fists, storm bolters, and devastating assault cannons. Beamed into the thick of action with a teleport horror as featured here, few horrors of the galaxy can withstand their sledgehammer onslaught. The Infernus Squad. When you're faced with innumerable hordes of Xenos, an Infernus Squad is the perfect tool. Armed with pyre blasters that spit gouts of incandescent flame that purge their foes with fiery wrath. The Ballistus Dreadnought. WarhammerCommunity.com. The Ballistus Dreadnought is a fearsome weapons platform, armed with a versatile missile launcher and devastating las cannon, the perfect counter to heavily armored enemy monsters and tanks. You can read more about the Space Marine side of the box here at WarhammerCommunity.com. Tyranids are a voracious alien swarm invading the galaxy from beyond the void. Guided by the hive mind, they have one terrible purpose: to devour every last shred of biomass, reconstituting it into even more powerful. Wow. Let's try that one again. Tyranids are a voracious alien swarm invading the galaxy from beyond the grave. Guided by the hive mind, they have one terrible purpose: to devour every last shred of biomass, reconstituting it into an even more powerful biomorph, and repeating the nightmarish cycle anew in the next world in their path. The Winged Tyranid Prime. Wow. The Winged Tyranid Prime is a hideous alpha beast that combines strength with agility, swooping above the battlefield and identifying targets to descend upon and tear apart with razor-sharp talons. The Neuro Tyrant. Radiating ahead of every Tyranid hive fleet is the terrifying silence known as the Shadow in the Warp, a psychic phenomenon that blocks warp-based communication. During invasions, the Neuro Tyrant acts as a focusing node for this strange power, liquefying the minds of its prey as it orchestrates hordes of Tyranids to victory. The Screamer Killer, with its predator head, and the living battering ram known as Carnifexes come in many shapes and sizes, but the Screamer Killer is the most infamous adaptation, and it's the biggest. Named after the sinister howl emitted as it unleashes their bioplasma, Screamer Killers are unstoppable shock creatures. Von Ryan's Leapers. Before the main Hive Fleet force lands, vanguard organisms like Von Ryan's Leapers are often embedded on the Hive Fleet target planet. These ambush hunters lie in wait, avoiding detection until they can do as much damage as possible. Termagants. Well, Termagants are Termagants, but now they've got new stuff, like the Rippers that come with them. Wow! Huge shifting swarms of Termagants are the mainstay of many Tyranid invasion forces, armed with ranged. Let's try that one more time. Alright, take 3. Huge, shifting swarms of Tyranids are the mainstay of many Tyranid invasion forces. Armed with ranged bioorganic weapons, these scuttling beasts rush forward to erode their enemies' defenses through sheer weight of numbers. Neurogaunts. Neurogaunts are like Hormogaunts, but with not quite like a Gene Stealer head, and they've got like a sergeant leader guy. Neurogaunts are a variant strain of Gaunt that share a symbiotic relationship with the parasitic neurocytes that cling to their backs, I guess that's that, And the primary purpose is to protect the powerful Synapse creatures that coordinate the Tyranid invasion. And they will sacrifice themselves in droves to fulfill the task. Wow. Barb Gaunts. Barb Gaunts have missile launcher things, a strange fusion of Gaunt and Biocannon, and Ganglio Parasite that enslaves the two. Barb Gaunts are living ordnance that shower targets with projectiles that explode into shards of serrated chitin. The Psychophage. The hive mind has imbued this particular biomorph with a hunger for enemy psychers. Its digestive tract somehow able to metabolize or psychic life forms into psychic corrosive ash, which is projected forward in blistering torrents. And you can read more about them here on warhammercommunity.40k.warhammer.com. While you can deploy both armies in full to play a brutal but balanced game of Warhammer 40,000, the box also contains more than enough models to form 2 full combat patrols that will let you play this new, faster-paced game format right out of the box. And what is else in the box? What? There's more in the box? Warhammer 40,000 Leviathan is a weighty tome packed with lore, rules, artwork, and stunning photography of models. The book covers the core of the hobby, background information for Warhammer 40,000, information about every faction, and a gorgeous showcase of beautifully painted miniatures. Wow. On top of that, you'll get the core rules for Warhammer 40,000, and the rules, as well as specially designed missions for the new Combat Patrol game format. You'll also find a full complement of Crusade rules to get your narrative campaigns up and running ahead of Codex releases, and a full Codex expansion that delves into the story of the Fourth Tyrannic War through a series of linked campaign games. What about the missions? There's 66 cards of chapter-approved deck action in the box, which combines the best matched play options from previous editions, which is designed to provide the best and most flexible mission experience for everyone, from the most casual players right up to the most competitive. And on top of this, you'll also find a construction booklet to help you build your miniatures, and a decal or decal, depending on your regional pronunciation of the word, sheet for the Space Marine Force. Read more about the books and the cards here on Warhammer Card Community.play. Discover the Tyrannic War. This set will get you bang up to date with the current storyline in Warhammer 40,000. But if you want to explore the horrors of the Fourth Tyrannic War, there's the Leviathan tie-in novel by Darius Hinks, in which the Ultramarines mount a desperate defense in the face of the monstrous Hive Fleet Leviathan, as featured here. For a closer look at the Space Marine and Tyranid miniatures from the Leviathan set, and more details of the rest of the awesome contents, head to the Warhammer Fest Hub. There's also a whole host of other reveals as the weekend continues. That means later this weekend. The Leviathan box will be available in order in June, and will be the first place to get your hands on the new Tyranids and Space Marines. The Leviathan book is exclusive to this box, and its contents, though the rules and the Crusade section will be available separately soon after. And so the Warhammer 40,000 roadmap is this, as featured here. Leviathan is just the beginning of the new edition of Warhammer 40,000. There will be a brisk pace of releases following hot on the heels of the launch set, which has the Tyrannic War, Mission Deck, Index cards, followed up with Codex Tyranids, Codex Adeptus Mechanicus, Codex Space Marines, Codex Necrons, and then Codex Dark Angels, Orcs, Adeptus Custodes, Tau Empire, and Chaos Space Marines. And in this order of Summer 2023, Autumn 2023, Winter 2023, and Spring 2024. You won't even have to wait for your Codex to start playing. Every single faction is getting a complete set of index cards with data cards for each unit that's currently available, as well as their own detachment rules, stratagems, and enhancements. These will be available to download online for free from day one, while they'll also become available in the app. you'll be able to buy inexpensive physical copies at the same time. Win a copy of the Leviathan box set. Wow, wow, wow. You want to win this. You can also sign up for the newsletter to get all the news sent straight to your inbox. If you have a My Warhammer account, which you should, and are signed up to the Warhammer newsletter before May 14th, what day is it today? You could win a copy of the Leviathan boxed set. Terms and conditions apply. Read them here on warhammercommunity.com. And the Asterix, who also get a cool Teleport Homer model to bring them into the action. Yeah,